All right, what's good? This is actually came out of nowhere. I actually found out about this game listening to the Castle Super Beast podcast with Pat and Wooly. Sounded interesting, and they also said that it's kind of like a shorter narrative game, like more not comparing the quality, but just more Gone Home, Tacoma esque, and less like a Telltale game. Hopefully, so just gonna go ahead and dive in. The only thing that I know is that it's about a man who's a pig farmer who actually does stuff on the side for the mob, and he wants out, and that's about all I know. That's about all I wanted to know. Just gonna go ahead and dive into it. Assuming that's the guy. Can I zoom in? Nah. All right, easier said than done.
I can't do this anymore.
What?
This.
What, mornings?
No. All of this.
You mean the deal?
Afraid so.
What do you mean? You need better pay, different hours?
No, nothing like that. I'm just, done with this.
Uh-huh. Okay. You wanna...
No, I'm good.
No.
Suit yourself. So, you're done, huh?
Yep.
You do understand what that means, right?
I'm gonna humor him.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I don't think you do.
I do.
And you still think you can quit?
Yeah, it's a free country.
This isn't that kind of job.
I know. But, all the same, I am done.
Nothing I can do to change your mind.
Now, you are welcome to try.
Well, let's go get some coffee. Talk things over. Come on.
I've done that so many times in real life. I know I was done with something, and I humor him a little bit, and then I'm stuck with another 3 hour conversation. God, he looks creepy.
Smells delicious as always.
Sadie was the real cook.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. Not much that's better than your home-cooked eggs.
Hope you don't mind, I left out the bell peppers this time.
Can't stand them.
Put jalapenos in them once. Never again.
I don't know. That might be tasty.
Well,
actually
if you
is.
say so.
Not to change the subject, but how long we been doing this for, you think?
15 years, just about.
Summer of 78. Why'd we meet? What was it?
Needed the scratch.
What did you need the scratch for again?
Wasn't too popular with the folks back home. Had to make ends meet.
And Bill needed surgery you couldn't afford.
Yes.
Well, here's what I remember. I had a problem that night, and Jimmy was trying to help me solve that problem when who should come in through that door but you?
Jimmy was always bragging about connections back home. I thought he could help.
Jimmy knew we could help each other, so he called up Tony. We agreed, made a deal. We all agreed. Ugh. Anyone ever tell you you're no good at making coffee?
Every time you visit.
Thought you'd have got it better by now.
Well, Sadie made the coffee. I made the bacon.
It's good bacon. When I was a kid, I thought pigs were all pink with curly tails.
Yorkshires are. Mine are red wattle. American breed. Not a lot of them out there,
That's so.
Mm-hmm. Always thought it'd be nice, to raise pigs that was different. I had some Yorkies way back. Must have been, I don't know, before the service.
Long time ago.
I'm an old man.
You and me both. So why the Waddles? Huh, funny name.
Like I said, American breed. Nearly went extinct.
They do be waddling.
Thought I'd do my part to keep them alive. And that tastes good.
You aren't wrong. You know, the other day, I was reading the paper.
Look at you, an intellectual.
Maybe. Anyways, I read that pigs were as smart as us. You believe that?
I think I read something like a long time ago that they're I don't know about as us, but I know that pigs are smarter than most people think. But you know what?
You, going somewhere with this?
Nah, just thinking about my food.
What's there to think about?
Nothing, I suppose.
Just eat the food.
Just never thought about it before. Do you think the pigs know
Know what?
that they're food?
Oh, pigs don't think like that.
How do you know?
'Cause I know pigs. Pigs ain't like us. Well, sure, they're smart. They eat, they sleep, but they do not plan. They don't think about the future.
And I suppose you do?
Every man does.
I think I'm just about finished up here. What do you say I accompany you today?
Nah. I wish you would have given me a no button, but yeah, whatever.
How do you reckon?
Well, my visits are always so short. Figured I could help you out with some chores. Maybe figure out what's going on with your little sports truck in the garage.
As long as you're okay with shoveling manure first. What about your sidekick?
Protege. When I retire, he'll be the man you'll be dealing with. Good guy. Smart. Discreet. Ambitious.
Like you, I guess. But, listen. I told you already. I'm quitting.
We'll see.
Yeah, asking to accompany me all of a sudden, I would have just ran. Jesus Christ, that smile. Let's see. It's gotta be like every other mob movie. There's always somebody doing some weird, not weird, but just labor in like a suit. Let's see, we go around. Oh, that's a jump button. Let's see what's over here.
Huh. I've always wondered what was in this shack.
Jesus.
Figured it was just some old shack at first, but every time I asked what was in there, you haven't been forthcoming.
I have not, no.
Tried to take a look in the window once.
Did you now?
What's in the shack?
Ta-da! Beautiful, right?
Pop machines. Here I figured you had a deep, dark secret.
We have a deep, dark secret. This here is one of my hobbies.
What, collecting them?
Well, sure, I collect them, I guess, but that's not really the point.
Is there a point to any hobby?
It depends. What I meant was that it's no fun to just collect them. I fix them up. That's where the real fun is.
Makes sense.
You got any hobbies yourself?
Collecting.
Me?
Well, who else am I talking to?
I mean, who doesn't have hobbies?
Well, what's yours?
Reading, I guess?
Reading
Basic.
isn't a hobby.
Yeah, of course it's a hobby. What do you think libraries are for?
Everyone reads. Heck, I read the paper every day. But reading isn't a part of your personality. It's just a thing people say they do when they don't have any other hobbies.
You really believe that?
I knew someone who read every single day. She said she loved the smell of books, the texture of the pages on her fingers. She even bound books. Her hobby wasn't reading, it was books.
You put too much thought into this.
Well, a hobby is something you do because you're passionate about it. If it's something you're not wholly in love with, then you're still trying to figure out what your hobby is.
So, you got a problem with my passion?
No, you said I guess. No one says I guess when they love something.
Is love a requirement for a hobby?
Absolutely. Love's a requirement for many things.
And so you love fixing soda machines.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
Why?
It relaxes me.
I don't know. Soda machines. It's an unusual thing for a man to want to fix. Don't people get paid to fix them?
It is unusual, but when the missus and I would get into fights, or when things was bad, or I was anxious, well, I don't know. Well, Sadie's sister, once she passed, told me that it was all right to cry, that it wasn't weakness, that it was okay. And I remember sitting there in that empty living room with everyone murmuring and telling me how sorry they were, and I didn't feel like I needed to cry.
Didn't you miss her?
Of course I did. Still do, but I don't know. Not everybody needs to cry. I don't need to cry. I don't get in that way, you know? Weakness? No. I don't know what she was talking about, weakness. Crying never felt weak to me. That's just not how I am.
I can't remember the last time I cried. Maybe that movie about the boy and his dogs.
Oh,
There's a lot of those.
For that one.
Gotta be specific.
Dogs are good. Innocent. Yeah, when a dog dies, that always moves me to tears. Yeah. But Josie insisted. Then she kept insisting. Then, I don't know. I think she got offended I wouldn't cry, as if she loved Sadie more than me. And she made me feel like I was something wrong. Of course, that wasn't true. There wasn't nothing wrong with me. I just didn't, I wasn't like that. It wasn't what I needed. It wasn't how I needed to grieve. This is how I grieve, this right here. When I got a problem, I fix it. And when I fix it, I fix a little part of me. And I don't know how or why, but it's healing. It's a healing thing, and that's why a man's got to have a hobby.
Sorry,
No, it's all right. I figured, you know. I figured if someone's got to know, this is my quiet little hobby. A thing I do to help me work out my worries.
Well, yeah, looks like you fixed this one up real nice.
I'm proud of it. Proud of all of them. But I'm proud of this one most.
Thank you for taking the time to show me.
There's another reason I wanted to show this to you.
What's that?
If you want it, it's yours.
What am I gonna do with a pop machine?
Well,
He's gonna kill you and then
grab
take
yourself
all
a
your
nice,
all your stuff
refreshing
anyway.
Drink of soda every so often, you big dummy.
Wait, I couldn't possibly.
Yeah. Please. A little memento of our time together.
Oh, come on, a memento. Let's keep this train rolling. We can work something out.
You come on back by, pick up the soda machine. Take it home with you. Or don't. If you really got no use for it, I won't be offended.
I'll think it over. What's next?
Yeah, I might be reading a little bit too much into it too early, but he's definitely giving me that somber mood of like he. I kind of try to play it up like he didn't know, but it's like this. I know that you know that I know, but I'm just gonna, yeah, that thing that he knows what's gonna go down because it's the mob. Like there's literally no other way it goes down. I think I'm assuming. So yeah. And also, I'm assuming that the that analogy from before was like the usual thing of, you know, my wife got sick. I'm used to fixing things, but I couldn't fix her. You know, that usual thing. Or once again, maybe I'm just reading a little bit too hard into it. But also, in case this video actually does get views somehow in the future, and any kids watching this, please get a non-destructive hobby. Just trust me. Get a hobby and learn some kind of a trade on your own time. Trust me. Oh. Right, that was one scene. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I have to go around for that one. Can I go in the house? Yes, I can. See what we got up in here. What we got up in here? Anything to touch? Ooh, light. Nope. And this is the signature of every single game that's like this. I guess the quote unquote a walking sim. Just run around and find out how much I can actually touch. No dialogue. Cool. Oh, that's old timey. That's timely. So, I'm gonna go there last. Kitchen right. Oh, we were just here. Got the little. I'm just now. I don't know why I'm blind. I'm just now starting to realize the little slight cell shadiness to it. It's not as bad as Borderlands, but that might be because it's not as much. Just somebody needs to sample that. But yeah, it's not as bad as Borderlands because it's not as much. To me, at least, there's not as much. The pops and the little explosions going on around everywhere. So it's actually kind of nice. Nope. Wait, Bill. Okay, so was that must have been his son. That was his son. For some reason, when he told that story earlier, I thought that was his brother for some reason. The fools. Can I pick this up? Can you? There we go. Please don't let me get a copyright. Actually, you know what? Just in case. Yeah, not smart of me. Bedroom is the main room right here. See, no light. What can I interact with? What can I do? Get out of the way. Okay. I'm starting to think that jump button is there just for what happened right there. I was about to be stuck in my own narrative. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's go back to that cellar. See exactly what's going on down there. Okay. Can I? Can't pick it up, can I? I don't know what's gonna. Wait, is this a scene? Oh no, I thought there was a scene down there I didn't see. Bunch of guns, revolver. Let's inspect this. Hopefully he doesn't just blast me from the back. Can I not pick it? I can't. Oh, oh. Of course. Now, what would have been a good little scare if this was a different type of game of just grab the gun and turn around and he immediately has a gun out, just like what are you doing there? What you got there? Oh, it does it by itself. Cool. All right, back to the thing. Hey. Can I pet the horse? Can I pet the? Nope. Of course not. Oh, it's a scene.
Don't you own a tractor?
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, pigs I get. Goats too. Some fellas have chickens and cows. That's all well and good, but what's the point of a horse?
Horses are God's most beautiful creatures.
What, you just keep a horse around because they're beautiful?
Horses belong on farms.
Uh-huh. You haven't got a saddle for him, so you don't ride him. He's no racehorse. Can't eat him. What's the point?
I don't see the point in a farm without a horse. Gotta have a horse.
And What's this about them being beautiful? Beautiful, really. Beautiful, he says. Spindly legs and bloated bellies and those weird teeth. Sleep standing up. Who sleeps standing up? Something wrong with that. Aren't you going to say something?
One day maybe this feller will understand. There you go. There you go.
To me, I mean.
I keep apples here 'cause he likes them. Likes the salt lick, too. Want to feed him one?
Nah, I'm good.
Third one? All right.
Suit yourself. All righty, here you go, boy. No, I gotta get going. Why don't you walk on out to pasture, rest a spell?
Oof. Horses give me the willies.
Can't see why.
Let's see, what else we got over here? Nope, nothing. Don't do that one last. I might do that one last. Actually, there's not even a scene in there, which is weird. You know what? I'm gonna go in the garage. This thing has seen better days. Ooh, looking a little fancy. Let's see, light, nothing. Chair, nothing. Nothing. I'm actually kind of sad that there's not a scene here because he mentioned the garage, but it's just maybe I'm here early. I don't know, but I guess we can just go ahead and go. I hope I didn't miss anything by accident. Oh, I can finally do this one.
Why horseshoes?
Well, why not horseshoes?
Doesn't it feel stereotypical?
Well, look around you.
It's
The
quaint.
nearest neighbor lives, half a mile down the road. It ain't the city. We don't have nightclubs and pool halls to go hang out at.
Pool halls? What is this, 1890? This is 1992, friend. We got shopping malls for teenagers, restaurants, clubs, whatever. But pool halls? I don't even know if they had those when I was a kid.
Uh-huh. Well, time doesn't pass out here as quickly, I suppose. No need for all that, stimulation.
Ah, so you play horseshoes.
Mm-hmm. Or read a good book.
I haven't played since I was a
Develop
kid.
photos you took for yourself. Go fly fishing.
It sounds idyllic. Quaint, but idyllic. And you just want to give up this home-cooked paradise?
That's lonely, too.
We could get you a nice place in the city.
Okay, so I wonder why those other two were
Never
blocked
was one
off.
for crowds.
Thought you
I
said
don't
you
think
were
I-
lonely.
I'd be just as lonely in a crowd.
Mm.
Sadie, she, nobody else could really see me. Understand what I was.
How do you figure? What?
After Saigon, when I got back, all these people were hugging their loved ones or protesting or whatever, and I don't know. I never felt more alone in all my life. I was home. I should have been happy, and I wasn't.
Well, it wasn't a popular war. You lost friends too, right?
Yeah, but I got home. It was dark, and there was Sadie waiting for me. Porch light like a halo around her head, and I knew I wasn't alone anymore.
Almost.
So you came back to your high school sweetheart.
Come on.
I thought he'd have married her by then. I didn't think she'd wait for me.
Why not? You're a handsome guy. I bet all sorts wanted you, especially back then. Women love a man in uniform.
You see that house on the hill?
What, the burned out one? I always wondered what happened there.
Gary Gordon, of the Gordon family. Went to high school with us. But, well, most of us were farm folk. Sadie, her dad, was the county judge, so for us that's pretty high society. The Gordons owned a lot of land, and all that passed to Gary after his ma died. In high school, he'd been our quarterback after his pa paid off the school, but he wasn't a bad athlete.
Good-looking guy?
Oh, a real James Dean. And he had eyes for Sadie. The poor farm boy who couldn't play on the team versus the star quarterback. Shit, what kind of contest was that?
Hey, who wouldn't want all this?
Shit's rigged.
Man, yet when I came home, there she was.
Where was Gary? He served too?
Gary was too rich to serve. Star quarterback had some health exemptions.
My brain won't stop telling me that she had fun before going to be there for him.
Where was he?
But that's just my cynical brain.
Trying to win her heart. Didn't work. Well, she invited him to the wedding. I didn't want him there, but, well, you know Sadie. Well,
right.
And he built a house.
A house? Wait, that house?
The very same.
Looks like it was a mansion.
It was.
Why'd he build it?
I don't know. To remind her what she'd given up, maybe?
So, what happened to the wealthy Gary Gordon in his mansion?
Well, he built it one year. Must have been 1966 or so, and he went inside and he just disappeared. Then one night, about a year later, there was a storm and boom, no more Gary Gordon.
No more Gary Gordon. Huh.
Maybe he was lonely too.
Maybe.
Sounds like the storm took him home.
What next?
Home. Unless I interpreted that completely wrong. See, garage. Why does the garage not have anything in there? I want to know about the car. But can I open it? Nope. Really, no dialogue, no nothing. All right. Oh, wait. No, it's a box. Tripping.
What's the wheelbarrow for?
Hauling.
Hauling what?
Cow pies.
Cow pies?
Proverbially.
And what are we supposed to do with this crap?
We are going to fertilize. Well, not now, it's October, but we're going to put it in a nice big pile where it belongs.
We?
Well, you did say you wanted to help.
Yeah, guess I did.
So help. Pick up that shovel over there. We'll shovel it in, wheel it out, dump it, and we're good.
And you do this every day?
Mm-hmm. Most every day.
And you want to keep doing this every day?
It's my routine.
Shoveling shit?
Someone's got to do it.
That,
there it is.
the first time you've told
I've
me
been
that.
waiting for it. Dirty labor in the whole 3-piece. I don't know why that's always the best, funniest thing to me.
Oh, yeah?
Vietnam.
Yeah.
You know, I did some digging on you, personally, not the shit kind. Know what I found?
I reckon you'll tell me.
You went back. What happened that day in the valley?
You saw the report. Not gonna talk about it.
Come on.
No.
Suit yourself. But you got a medal. You didn't have to go back. Had a wife and kid here. In a time where most of us were trying to figure out how to stay home. You went back.
You going somewhere with this?
Think it'd be fun if you told me why? while we're shoveling shit?
I was recon. You know that, I reckon. Was in the hospital, staring at the ceiling, magazines next to me on the bed. And I had this, moment. A moment of clarity.
A revelation.
Uh-huh. And the revelation was this. Them protesters weren't doing a damn thing. The hippies and the bands weren't changing anything. You know who was?
The Vietnamese? The Russians?
No. The news. You hit someone hard enough day in, day out with the realities of war, pretty soon they'll tire of it. Vietnam, that was our first time that close to war. So, I figured,
You figured?
you ain't the only one of us who's killed people.
Why do you think I offered you that job back in '74?
Turned it down for the same reason I went back. They were telling us our patriotic duty was to go and fight for our country. Well, that's what I did.
You weren't recon when you went back, though.
Went back with a camera. Talked them into letting me help with the press, keeping them safe and all that. So I did. And I took pictures. Took all the pictures I could. I fought in a different way.
All right, now we get into the crux of things. There's like a million, what feels like a million different war movies about Vietnam, where you get either the storyline of that or just the epilogue of that, where usually some variation of that happens. Because between World War II and Vietnam, I'm gonna keep it simple. Just for movies, that's usually the one where you hear about the most, just quote unquote regret, either from us pulling out or people kind of like, I guess the media kind of, or people's opinion on the media and the war kind of flipping. Probably wasn't the first, but that was definitely the one that people like bring up the most these days.
Did you win?
We pulled out a Nam, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. And now you're here. Great big war hero. Shuffling shit.
Yeah. Shoveling shit.
It's good, honest labor. Wait, do I? Is that? So we're not gonna. Okay. Okay, gross. Where do you need me to go now? Oh. This is the last one? This might be the last one.
You know, back home they call you the pig farmer.
That description is apt.
And yet, you also have goats.
I do also have goats. And a horse. And I had a dog. Tried cows once. Bill raised a newt or something, but, well, it died.
Well, most people have, I don't know, chickens and cows. You got goats.
Is that, judgment I hear?
No judgment, no. Just wondering, why goats?
Goat milk.
There can't be much profit in that.
Well, there's enough. Besides, I had you.
Have. You still have.
As I've said, I'm no longer interested in that particular revenue stream.
We're the ones who sever ties. And you don't want us severing ties.
I believe I made myself clear.
You know, I feel like we've had this conversation a couple of times now, and you still don't seem to get that I'm done with this line is just gonna look really silly at the end of the day.
You were asking me about goats.
Yeah, goats.
I like them. They like to play. They'll eat just about anything. The milk's an acquired taste, but I've always liked the cheese. Meat's good with the right curry. A friend taught me that a while back.
So, you like them for the utility?
I like them because they're playful. Want to get started?
Started?
Milking.
Okay, I did not see this coming.
Oh, hey, really? I've always wanted to try that.
Well, here's your chance. My goats are smart. They know what's up, so they'll just walk up. Here they are. Come on. Now they'll just take their positions here like they should. Got feed all ready for them. Just you take a seat there.
Not very comfortable.
Suppose not. Well, now that we're seated, all you gotta do is grab the teat with your thumb and forefinger.
And pull?
No, don't pull. Just sort of rhythmically squeeze with the rest of your fingers.
I never want to hear that again
Gently
ever in life.
pushing the milk out.
Grab the teat with your
this?
forefinger.
Just like that, yes. All you gotta do is do that till the goat's out of milk.
Huh. This is kind of nice.
I found it relaxing.
Well, I think I could get used to this.
Why don't you?
Say what?
Why not get used to this?
What, and come work with you?
Sure.
Yeah, some folks might take issue with that.
Well, can't make everybody happy. Better than ending up shot.
Wait, what?
Hey!
Wait. Let me get the.
Oh, gun down. Life over just like that.
I usually get to shoot back.
Well, we all wind up dead in the end, don't we?
I'd rather live as long as possible.
What good is that?
Living?
What good is living if you ain't happy?
Who says I'm not happy?
I'm not.
You could be.
I don't think I could. Well, that does it for the goats.
Still, thinking about what I've been saying?
I haven't stopped.
Changed your mind?
No. No, I have not.